good morning. Welcome to Ikato's Crossing. Okay, this is going to be part 2. This is my other top 5. Now, this is my real top 5 that I absolutely love. Now, I know I could have included that Native American tarot because that really is my number 1. But I wanted to include, because I included that in my other video, I wanted to include my next 5. Okay, I am going to start with the Spanish tarot. This is my favorite Tarot de Marseille styled deck, is the Spanish tarot. I like the colours, I like the characters in this. I think this is what drew me to the Spanish tarot. I do like the colours, I like the brightness of it for some reason. It is a deck that I use in different ways. I do have a DK book that connects with the Spanish tarot in many levels. So, yeah, I definitely think the Spanish tarot is like one of my favourite Tarot de Marseille styled decks. Absolutely. I don't know, I just love the colours in it. I think that's what draws me in this one. Normally, I do like the sort of antique-y looking decks, but I do like this colourway. I'm talking about colours. So, yeah, love, love, love the Spanish tarot. Okay, now one deck I absolutely adore, and I first saw it, really saw it, being used, was on, not just on YouTube and things like that, but in the Van Helsing TV series. Really, really cool. Winona Earp, not Van Helsing, Winona Earp TV series. So, and that was sort of like the major arcana, really drew me. This is the first edition, and I know there is a second edition that's borderless, but I do like because the pictures, I think the images are quite busy, I actually find if I'm doing sort of a larger spread that having the borders really helps sort of stops the images from merging into each other. It allows that sort of sense of being able to see the images for what they are. There are some differences from the first edition to the second edition. Definitely love, as a mass market, not indie deck, as a mass market. So absolutely love this first edition, and I'm so pleased I grabbed it instead of having that gilded edge, I mean, I have got the gilded edge, but having the, having the borderless edition and having the different images for some of the cards that it were changed. I do think Mary L. Tarot, so here's one of the High Priestess. So I do think Mary White, creating the Mary L. The artwork is stunning, quite unique. Each card tells a story that you can sort of dive into, especially for meditation or reflection. I love the Devil card. Absolutely love the Devil card. So yeah, like Winona Earp, not Van Helsing, Winona Earp was the TV series that I watched with this. So absolutely love it. So yeah. Quite unique in its imagery. Of course, I know it's been around for a very long time. It's been well used, well documented. You can find heaps of really great videos on how to work with Mary L. It is a deck that sort of combines the different system combines Rider-Waite-Smith, Thoth, Marseille sort of imagery, meanings within the cards. So I do feel it has a lot, and you can choose how you want to read with it, of course. up to you and how you want to read with it. I think the cards, the images tell a really strong story, which I absolutely love. Okay, one of my other favorite. Now, I brought this as a special gift for myself for one of my birthday presents. Now, in New Zealand, they are a little bit more than what you would pay in the States or anything like, or what you pay in the Northern Hemisphere, because of the prices that it takes to get here. And of course, some of the companies are like, might be a little bookshop. It was actually a crystal shop, Crystal Sanctuary, which is now changed the name Crystal Aura. Definitely a little gift for myself, something very, very quite precious. And so David Bowie in that is a really big icon for me because of my age. And absolutely, of course, there's different versions of it, depending on what you want. I just got this one here, this set. It does have the little, but each box is quite unique. Like there's always going to be decent boxes. They are low Scarabeo, so they are beautifully done. So little guidebook, of course, if you've got the larger sets, are going to have the larger guidebooks, different languages, spreads, etc. That's the back of the cards. I did edge mine. And so let's dive into the imagery. As you can see, very bright, very vibrant. Really that sort of ziggy David Bowie creation by David D'Angelis. It's very sacred geometry, color-wise. There's so much in these cards, each card. Again, because they're so busy, I find that for me, when I'm using this deck, it's a very sort of small spread. I have done a Celtic cross with it on a larger table, and it has worked quite well. But I do feel like it is a deck that doesn't really require a lot of cards. I actually think less is more with a deck like this. Personal. I love it. Absolutely love it. Of course, there are some name changes to the to some of the major arcana, but I think the imagery is stunning. It really does give you a lot to dive into, and that's why I think less is more with this deck for sure. Okay, next deck, which I think is absolutely one of my favorites, and I love using it especially for personal readings, is the Primordial Tarot. Now this is quite unique. It is not normal suits. It's not normal imagery. It gives you a really raw deck. Now, you can choose to use the guidebook in understanding the imagery and understanding the titles and all that sort of stuff as well. But you can choose how you choose to read with it. Some people choose to read just the images. Some people choose to go back to using Rider-Waite-Smith meanings or numerology and suit. Now they are quite different in the way that the suits are. Like you do have the major arcana, of course, and then you've got the blood, nature, soul, and jewels. So they are quite different. Now there's also, you've got child. Let's have a look at the child. Let's bring out a child here. Sorry, I should really put my glasses on so I can see. Okay, so we've got the child. We've got the animal. Sorry, I just have to go through it a little bit. Sorry, I'm just looking for a mother and father card. Sorry. There we go. There's the mother. And I'm looking for a father. So there we've got the child, the animal, the mother, and the father card. So that, again, quite unique in the way it is. You've got that sense of, like I said, you've got blood, nature, soul, and jewel. So very, very different in regards to what the cards are. There are some differences in regards to strength and justice, of course. There are some title changes in regards to the major arcana, but I think you can sort of work that out for yourself. And I think the cards sort of really give you a sense of difference here. So you can really dive into this deck in many, many ways. There's the World card there. So I love the Primordial Tarot. I find when I'm doing a reading, it can give a really raw, to the point message. But it's great for meditation or reflection if you want to sort of dive into the cards in a little bit more detail indeed. As you can see, that's the back. And this is the Wheel of Fortune, or the Wheel card. So yeah, quite unique, quite different. Okay, so the last deck I have here is the Deck of Heroes. Now, I've done a few videos on this. I've used it in readings on my live in regards to relationships and things like that. I think it's underestimated, sort of masculine sort of deck. It sort of gives you, but at the same time, a sort of chick flick type of energy, which I sort of think is quite cool. So, as guys see themselves as heroes, or how you can be a hero in your relationship. It has got the meanings of each card and some spreads and things like that in the guidebook. I think the imagery is quite sort of dark, but I think it is quite a cool deck to work with. I actually like that sort of hero worship type of energy, all that hero, not worship, but hero, be the hero in my relationship, sort of, that ideal person in our life. So I think that is sort of kind of cool. And it is a deck that you can really sort of dive into. Again, with the imagery, can sort of tell you another bit of a story. And I think it's a deck that really is underestimated or undervalued, a sense that we don't see a lot of it. But I think it's a really, really cool deck. Now, this one here is actually by Richard Shadow Fox. Really, really cool deck. Like, it's knights and pirates and rogues, oh my. Every fair maid's fantasy, the dreamy men like those of romance novel covers come to life in this breathtaking 78-card tarot deck. Each card is lushly illustrated with vibrant colours and traditional symbolism. Experts and novice readers alike will enjoy the images of Highlanders and highwaymen, scoundrels and sailors, while still providing a time-honoured tarot experience like no other. Companion guide includes detailed keywords, upright and reverse, and original spreads. Spice up your life with Tarot Deck of Heroes. So I think it is kind of cool. Romance is the theme. It is a Schiffer publishing. So shifferbooks.com. So I really think it's a really cool deck. So this is really my main top 5. These are the 5 decks that I love and that I sort of go to for different areas of my life, or different areas, different readings and things like that. So when I've got a romantic relationship type reading, I think this deck here is absolutely perfect. So we're looking at romance, relationships and that sort of thing. When we're looking at our lives spiritually, or we want to sort of dive into life a little bit more, I think the Primordial Tarot sort of dives deep in. The Starman Tarot, I find, seems to sort of go for anything in life in general. Great for my in-person readings. Actually dives quite deep into anything in life. I do find it works really well in-person readings. Muriel can be for those sort of shorter spreads or smaller spreads that I find works really, really well with a reading and things like that. And when I want something a little bit more traditional, a little bit more, not Rider-Waite-Smith, but something a little different, I find my Spanish Tarot is what I go to. So these are the decks that I think are my top 5 that are mass market. So the decks that you can purchase definitely quite easily and are a little bit different. Okay, so that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links down below. Check the links on my channel. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And don't forget to check out Garden Goddess Tarot and look at her top 5. She really does have a neat selection of decks. Anyway, so that's it from me. Take care and blessed be.